All right, friends, we are back. This is Connor with Impromptu Productions. As always, with me here is my good friend, best friend, even,
Oh,
Mr. Vicious Bean.
thank you, thank you. Hi, everybody.
So last time we did World at War through Black Ops Zombies maps. We're doing a tier list today, but we're doing Black Ops 2. Everyone's favorite for some reason. I don't get it.
I can't put it over one, to be honest.
Yeah, a different time in my life, I guess.
Yeah.
Even though we were prime COD players, like 20 years old. Like,
yeah. Esports, everything.
Yeah, ain't no sports playing in this house, brother. I always make that joke about someone's family, and anytime running gets brought up, I'm like, ain't nobody running in that family. Sorry. Anyways, we're gonna hop right into this first map, Transit. Now I know what you're thinking. Transit here, no. Transit here. Transit good. Do you think it deserves an A?
I'd go A.
A?
I really enjoy Transit.
Yeah, so if in a perfect world, we would put it here. But that we're not. So I'm going to give it an A too, and I'm going to tell you why. This game comes out, and if you're a diehard Zombies fan, you've had 2 Treyarch games in a row with pretty good zombie content. Apparently not so good in Black Ops, I can remember, but it still had 3 quality maps. We'll take that. And the old maps, we'll take that. So you had 7 maps to play. That's good. That are quality. This game gets released 1 map. Now, they did some dirty dick in the dirt trickery and just broke sections of this map off and were like, look, haha, you get 4. Isn't it funny? It wasn't, and I did not like it. Now, everyone hates this map because the main gimmick is you're moving from part of the map to wherever you want on a moving bus, hence the name Transit. So clever.
Yeah.
I don't get why it's actually hated as much as it is.
I think it's got the same, I guess, love as 5.
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Didn't we give 5 an A?
Yeah, we did give 5.
Yeah, see, this is appropriate.
And for the same reason, people didn't like it. It was a hard map.
Yeah.
And I think 5 is actually a lot harder than Transit.
I do too. I think the mobility of the bus and crud makes it a little bit easier.
And not to mention Transit's way more open than 5.
Oh yeah.
5 is very tight,
It's corridor city for sure. Now, this introduced a different cast of characters. You're no longer the generic Marine from World at War or the familiar cast of Dempsey, Takiao, Russian Drunk, and Richtofen. So, what is it called? The Victus Group, I believe. Memory serves me correct. The Victus Group. You got an old guy with a cul-de-sac haircut. You got another old gentleman with khaki shorts. You got, let's be real. I remember, listen, the world has not changed that much since 2013 or whatever when this was out. The thirst was real for that one character. That there's a attractive female character in this group, and let's just say the internet is undefeated with what they're willing to stick their dick into, even though it's not real. And that character, boys, got a lot of unwarranted comments. Yes, yeah, I'm sure there's some 34 on that. I don't even remember the last character. It's how bad it is. I'm sure it's some grandma. Anyways.
There's always
it's like a nerd guy with glasses. He's like Melvin. He's like, oh, my glasses. The dust from the weapon fire. I don't like it. So, you got a new group of characters. It doesn't add anything. It's just there. The cool part to me was the different locations of this map. I guess that wasn't translated to everybody as well. And that is whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what more to say. I think I just liked it. I love the bus driver. I thought it was good.
Yeah, the bus driver was cool.
I didn't like when you fell off the bus and you were in the cornfields and there was like that random little monster chasing you. I did not think that was necessary.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, there had to be something. And it was annoying. So I guess well done. Anything you want to say to encap this?
I just really enjoyed, blocking off the doors to the bus and leaving my friends behind. So
there's always one.
Yeah.
He sent it the other day in the group thread, and I appreciate that. Or maybe it was just me. I can't remember. Anyways, before we move on to the next map, which is Nuketown, I believe. I have to point out in the tier list generator, there's this, which I've never played. I don't know what's from. Again, we just figured out that Black Ops 4 was a thing. But this, if this is not the most Fortnite sounding game or map you've ever heard, I don't know what is. Rave in the Redwoods. This company went from that pedestal that seemed untouchable to Rave in the Redwoods.
Maybe it's
I
the
sure.
best map ever. We don't know. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it trumps on your Duries and Kinos and.
I'm tempted.
Ascensions.
I'm very tempted to open up a tab and look it up and prove you wrong without a search, with just one simple search.
Just let me believe. Let me believe.
Let me have my Rave in the Redwoods.
Yeah.
So let's go to Nuketown. I don't know. I think that's fitting.
C is very fair.
Right. It just didn't do much, but it didn't do anything terrible, and it didn't do anything great. It's like brings back the iconic Black Ops map, which everyone loves, which I think is arguably the most favorite map of all time in any Call of Duty, really.
Yeah.
I just, I don't have much to say. I didn't play it that much because it just, out of the other maps in this game, it wasn't the one to play. And the perks randomly spawn. You gotta hate that. Yeah. And I know most of these maps fucking do that now, and I'm like,
yeah.
Shinonuma,
it just wasn't obviously a very small map. Nothing
wrong with small things.
Nothing wrong at all. Some players prefer the small maps.
They think it's a better experience.
Yes, absolutely.
And I can't. It's really whatever floats your boat. Really.
Yeah. So. And God bless those players.
Really, because they're going through things that they don't talk about, and maybe they should.
They're not common if you prefer small maps.
You know what?
No,
that's good. I don't really have much to say about it, though. I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's definitely
you can play it, memorable. You can enjoy it.
Nothing super memorable. It was
hard to get really far, though. I do think the train around the entire you can't really train around. There's so much crud in the way. It's really like they force you into the buildings, and that's it is what it is. I'm not a hater. I'm not a big enthusiast as well. So let's go on to the next one. Let's talk about, dude, I really think this is the first F. I really strongly feel that if this is not an E, this is an F.
The E, there's nothing that's E, so it has to be F.
It has to be. Let's talk about why it's so bad. Is there any places to train?
No. Again, tight.
Is it fun? No. Can you fall off the building? Yes.
Yes.
Is the wonder weapon good? No.
I couldn't even tell you.
It's the Sliquifier.
Oh, they slip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just see what's the. We're trying to kill these zombies, and you out here throwing a banana peel and hearing them falling. Like, I'm not down for that clown. This is, remember in the first video when we were talking about Call of the Dead Ride, I was like, wow, I've been so let down. Now, I wasn't as excited for this. It's just like, oh, it's a building map. That's kind of neat, I guess. Maybe they'll have us in a banquet room. We can run around. Nah, they're just like, here's an office space. Here's a cubicle. There's one spot where you can kind of run around, which is like the rooftop of that one building. Yeah. You're going to utilize elevators. Very cryptic Easter egg to get the goofiest wonder weapon in the Sliquifier, and it deserves an F. I don't think it should have ever been made.
Yeah,
it actually brought down zombies. It did not enhance it. It didn't even keep it neutral. Like, see Nuketown here? Neutral. Fine. You get a big F.
Yeah, I think the whole jumping from building to building was pretty annoying as well.
Yes, and you could die.
Yeah,
which is great.
And you always run out of stamina at that last second, and your jump just falls a little short, and there goes your 30-round
adventure.
Yeah,
for nothing.
Not a zombie. You just fell. It's okay.
Don't worry, you could get the Sliquifier if you keep playing. Said no one ever. I'm done. I'm not saying another word about this map. Yeah. I hate it. All right, let's talk about one that is actually good. Does it deserve A or S?
I think I'd go B, honestly.
B.
I think Transit.
Wow, you just upset the whole entire internet ranking Mob of the Dead below Transit. I approve. Now, personally, I would put it in A, but I could see how it's B. I could. I think I liked the perks. I think I like the setting. It has a celebrity cast, which is pretty neat because I love Ray Liotta. He's the man. I love the Tommy gun, the Chicago typewriter, and that's super cool. But it does suck after a while. And that, again, is one of the biggest things. I wish the power scaling was different. And I get that's to, like, make sure it's not super easy. I get that. But only one person can have the Wonder Weapon. So you got to feel like if you're not racking up a bunch of points, prepared to die, jump back in, buy some perks and some weapons, you're going to have a bad time, boys. So I like this one a lot. I like the way they looked. I like the sounds. Not too fond of like the whole shadow realm that you get sent to and have to do stuff with. But at the end of the day, it's not bad. And not to say that it's bad either. But
I think the Easter egg was, pretty fun as well. I mean, I didn't dive too hard into it, but you got the little... There was a jump scare, too, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was actually scary, because the first time I did not know it was there.
Yeah.
So
hence jump scare.
I was jumped and scared.
Yeah.
I like the Pack-a-Punch. You gotta... Because you're on Alcatraz, right? And if we haven't mentioned that yet, the setting is Alcatraz, and you're escaping. Of course, the day you escape, zombie apocalypse. You gotta feel bad for him. One day earlier...
Just the worst of luck.
You're good, in the clear.
Yeah. Also,
a lot of zombies in Alcatraz. Interesting. Yeah. And they're all wearing the Alcatraz gear. Very interesting. I think we should look into this further.
But new video coming up soon.
Yeah, debunking the Alcatraz zombie account. So one thing that's cool is the Pack-a-Punch. You have to. It's your jailbreak. You get the makeshift plane out of a frying pan. Very slacks,
I think this map you could craft a shield and stuff too.
Yeah, I think you're right. It just shows how much how long we played this, or how long it's been since we played this. That's a good one.
But I think I remember crafting.
And the warden, didn't you mention the warden being a big pain in the ass? He was. Especially
like, if you were, because I think he only spawned on one person. And if you were solo, you better run.
So long, Bowser. Yeah, I don't like it. See how you do that. Yeah. English, I speak it. So it's a good map. Play it. Does it deserve A? It might, but we're going to keep it in B, under transit, to set the internet ablaze. All right. I'm saving the best for last, in my opinion. But we're going to talk about Origins. Now, this is a tricky one for me. I think it deserves... Here's what I'm going to say. If you're playing this solo, here. If you're playing this with 4 people that know what they're doing, I do think it belongs here. Yeah, I do.
I agree.
Because it's so much fun, and there's areas to train for multiple players and the staffs, the elemental staffs.
They were fun. They were, fun to get, and it wasn't like this long thing where you had to do so much. But
it tried to be cryptic, but it was like, shoot souls in the box. And you're like, I can do that. Get 100 headshots. I can do that.
Yep.
Spend 30,000 points. Honestly, not that bad. Everybody pack a bunch of 2 weapons. You're there. Like we're talking now. Like, come on, buying the weapons, packing them. You're there.
I think with this map too, it was a good balance of all these things happening, but it wasn't like, overwhelming at times. Like, you got the little robots, not the little robots.
The juggernauts were tough.
The Iron Giants.
The Iron Giant was probably my least favorite thing, because sometimes you would just literally miscalculate, and it's like, well, I have been stomped.
Well,
help!
Well, remember you had to...
You could shoot his foot. Yeah, you could shoot his foot.
And you had to figure out which one
because it has a light. You could see it. It's really cool. And it's like literal wartime, so there's like planes going around. It did make you feel like, that World War II setting, which we've been missing since, 2008 at that point.
Yeah.
It shows you how bad Call of Duty is at releasing good games in between.
We're still waiting.
Dude, honestly, I am waiting for a game to get me to play it from Activision, and specifically in Call of Duty, since Black Ops.
Yeah.
Because Alex did make me buy Black Ops 2. Waited in line, day of, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But
that was great.
I was not impressed. I remember playing the multiplayer, and I was like, you made me spend $60 for this. And he's like, well, at least I spent it too.
And that's true.
That is true. Origins, elemental staffs, if you can get that far, is worth a play.
Yeah.
Just for that.
And I completely agree. Get yourself
4 players.
4 players that know what they're doing. You know, can run a train.
If you join a lobby and you hear music blasting, don't play with that guy.
No.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
No. And, you know, obviously, you know, finding people nowadays is going to be a pretty old game.
Yeah, can you even play it? Is the server still on?
I think so.
I hope.
I don't know. Actually.
I don't know, man. I played World at War once on my computer here, my laptop. It's not a gaming computer, so you can imagine how bad it was. And you know how everyone's using keyboard and mouse? I straight up plugged in a PS4 controller. I don't think I got a single kill in one like free for all. I just turned it off. I was like, I'm done.
Fair.
Done. So, if Origins is number 2, well, I'm going to tell you what number 1 is. And it goes right here. This is the only, I think we've given out 3 now, S screens.
Yeah.
3 S's. And I think they're all deserving.
Mm-hmm.
Because Buried, and again, not to discredit it, I said this a few times last one, is an easier map. Doesn't mean it's particularly easy, but it had a lot going for it. From the bank saving point system to make your replayability more fun. Because you know what suck? Is getting around like 30 on Mob of the Dead, dying on some bogus way, and then feeling like you have to work so hard to get back there. If you're a casual player, like, man, ain't nobody playing this for money. We're just out here to have a good time, not a long time. So in Buried, you had a literal banks like it's set in a western town, underground, hence the name Buried. And you could save up to like 30,000 CAD points, which, you know, if you've ever played zombies, that's a lot. Get you a lot of cred. And so I think this, just the wonder weapon they introduced here, the Paralyzer, so much fun. Besides slowing the zombie down and killing him, you can shoot it on the ground and literally fly through the air. Yeah. And if that isn't just awesome, then boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know what is. And there's a stinking house that looks like an old-timey western house with witches, and you gotta go through it to get to the Pack-a-Punch, which is the middle of a hedge maze, and it's just, there's so much neat things. It also has the best Pack-a-Punch wall gun in any COD that you can use it, and it's probably better than most box draws in the AN-94. The AN-94 Pack-a-Punch is a rather good gun, and everyone's favorite camping spot with 4 players had the AN-94 literally right by it, so you were just getting points and points and points. And they introduced the ray gun, it's the ray gun X2, Mark X2, whatever, the second ray gun, right? Because if there's one ray gun's good, two's got to be better, and they were right. And it shot 3-round bursts. I gotta say, it's awesome, and it's so strong. Like where the ray gun, you got that implosion splash damage. This is just like knocking them dead. Crazy powerful.
I agree, and you forgot to mention good old Leroy.
Oh, how could I forget?
And I think, you know, that was a fun aspect of it too. You know, getting the candies and making them run into stuff and break walls and
moonshine.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot. Again, a solid map where a lot going on, but it wasn't like all at once. You had to do this and this and that. Like,
there's no corn husking with the ass cheeks running in the middle of the field, dropping it down, kicking a stone across the whole thing. No, none of that.
None of that.
No soul boxes.
A good balance of you know, good gameplay and you know,
the setting was cool.
Yeah,
the abandoned ghost town is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple places to camp. You could train if you'd want. Though I will say, this map training with 4 people, I wouldn't recommend. I think your best bet is to camp.
Yeah.
And didn't you have like the little weird claymores? So you had like a Betty Fortress behind you because everyone would hide behind that little like wagon, that little corner by the corner store or whatever it was. And I think that was a viable option, and you might as well.
I think I did the train strategy outside the witch's house.
Yep, around the fountain,
the trees and all that stuff.
Watch out.
A good old tree strat.
Yeah, if you didn't heard, now you know.
Yeah,
but you know. I just think that now I'm looking at this, I'm surprised. This was better. I can't believe I'm saying this. Overall, probably better than Black Ops. Yeah, maybe not maybe the highs aren't as high, but the lows are nowhere as low. Like we could just pretend Dire Rise doesn't even exist and look at that. It's a pretty solid group.
Yeah.
But Dire Rise is bringing our GPA down, unfortunately. But
I did get our first F, so
I got my first F my second semester of my freshman year in high school. My first F.
Nice.
I actually got 2.
2 Fs.
Yeah.
They cancel each other out.
No Fs.
No
They're
Fs.
both Ds now.
Yeah.
And one was in Spanish, and I remember, like a super F, like a 38. Like, clearly I have been goofing around all year. And I remember taking the final, and it was an oral final. I got like a 92 on it, and my teacher was like, "Why wouldn't you just do any of your work?" And I'm all,
Yeah. I mean, there was
scooted my way
classes,
out of there. Yeah.
But yeah.
Now, what does Spanish... Get down, Mr. Bebs. What does Spanish have to do with zombies? And I'm going to tell you a lot.
Tune in to the next video.
Yeah, so that is Black Ops 2's tier list. The actual definitive tier list, if you wanted to know. But that is Bane telling us it's time to end this. Of course, my name is Connor. With me, as always, is Mr. Vicious Bean.
Thanks for watching.
Go ahead and subscribe for more zombies content if you're interested.
And leave a comment. Let us know your favorite map and why.
Bye.